Hey everybody, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. The other night, I was all ready to do a video on a different topic. I had everything planned out, everything ready to go, and I made the mistake of watching YouTube. And on the side panel, it recommended me a video that I hadn't seen in a long time. And it reminded me of a certain solo that has become legendary over the years that I've always been curious about. So I went on a deep dive like I like to do, and I ended up coming up with this video idea, and I think it's going to be interesting to a lot of people that know this song. Well, when this song first came out, it took a lot of people by surprise because the airwaves were full of Paula Abdul, Bobby Brown, and what I remember most was Def Leppard. For some reason, they played Love Bites almost every other minute on MTV, on the radio. It was crazy. So the first time this song came up on MTV, it was kind of this weird alternative before alternative as I knew it came out. And it was just different at the time. And it was kind of intriguing at first because I'm like, this isn't like anything else that I'm seeing or hearing these days.
I'm not aware of too many things. I know what I know if you know what I mean.
Now, I have to admit something. The first time I saw the video and heard the song, I hated it. Mostly because I was really getting into metal at the time. I was already into bands like Kiss from being a kid, but at this particular moment, I was getting into And Justice for All. It had just come out by Metallica, and so I was listening to songs like this.
I need help. I'm in trouble.
So it was really hard to suddenly change gears and listen to something like this. Even at a young age, I was becoming this uptight hard ass when it came to music. So I was trying to find all these reasons to hate the Edie Brickell song. So I remember it was so stupid. I hated the fact that she forced two syllables into a one syllable space when she says, "Shove me in the shallow water."
Shove me in the shallow water.
You can't put two syllables there. It has to be one. You know, why don't you say pond or pool or lake or anything? I thought, that's such a weak guitar part. It should have been played by a piano or something. It goes like this. MTV, just like they always did, they would play it over and over again. The radio station started playing it all the time, and it started to grow on me. I really wasn't giving it too much of a chance. In fact, I kept shutting it off or changing the channel right before the guitar solo. But I remember thinking the intro guitar part was actually pretty cool and unique. And I thought the drum groove was actually pretty cool. And I actually grew to like her voice a lot. It was this nice calming sound after listening to James Hetfield for 6 hours straight. But what really caught my ear when I finally gave it a chance was that guitar solo. Because at first I wasn't sure if it was even a guitar. I thought it was some kind of synthesizer because it's such a wild sound. The first time I heard the guitar solo, it was on the radio, so I couldn't see the guy playing. But when I finally did see the video on MTV, I saw that it was Kenny Withrow is his name, played the solo on a guitar. So I thought, this is so cool. It's a sound that I really hadn't heard before. But somehow this guitar solo became timeless. People still talk about it to this day, kind of like the 15-second solo from Concrete Blonde that I did a video for the song Joey. And that made me wonder what made this guitar solo so epic. Is it the solo itself, or is it the effect that he added to it that makes it stand out so much? Or is it a combination of both? So I did some research, but it seems like nobody can really confirm what he used in the studio. So maybe someday I'm going to have to call Kenny and just see what he really did. But I just went with an envelope filter because a lot of people said that that's probably what it was. There's Ottawas out there. There's a dynamic filter that somebody brought up before, but I think they all pretty much do the same thing. And it's to create this kind of a sound. It's kind of cool because depending on how hard you hit the string, it allows the sound to come through. It opens it up like an envelope. So it gives it this really interesting wah type feel. If I pick really quiet, it doesn't open. But the harder I pick, it starts talking to you a little bit. All right, so let's do the entire solo through. Depending on whether I get a copyright issue or not, there will be a backing track to this. Let's give it a try. Now, let's take away the effect and see if the solo still has the impact, you know? You could pretty much guess that it's not going to have the same punch to it, but let's see if it's still a decent enough solo that would have allowed this song to still have been a hit song, even without that crazy envelope filter effect. Do you think the song would still have been a hit even without that envelope filter added to it, or whatever he used? It made me wonder, you know, what if Kirk Hammett used an envelope filter on like the beginning of One? Would it have changed anything? Actually, that's kind of cool, but for a song with such serious subject matter, I don't think it would have been appropriate. So my personal feeling on this is that the song would have still been a hit, it just wouldn't have been talked about by guitar players all these years. Even though the beginning has such an awesome intro riff, it just really seems like that solo is what we all talk about whenever we bring up that song. Thanks for watching. I should have that other video that I was planning to do out in a couple days, so look forward to that. Otherwise, we'll see you soon. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.